Hello and welcome to Grammar Bites. We're going to look at models that we use for obligation or permission. What do permission and obligation mean? Permission is when we let or allow someone do something. Obligation is when someone does something because there is a rule or law. These are some of the models we can use: must, should, can, needn't. They're all followed by the infinitive. I have, for example, sentences for you about London. You should walk on the pavement when you're in London. This means you are expected to do this in London. You needn't use taxis because the underground is very good. This sentence shows that you are not obliged to use a taxi because there are other alternatives. You can visit some museums free of charge, and this means you are permitted to go into some museums without paying. You must drive on the left if you have a car, and here must shows strong obligation. Using passive structures is another way of talking about permission and obligation. Be required to means you must or have to do something. Be not required to means you don't have to or you needn't do something. Be allowed to means you have permission to do something. Be not allowed to means you mustn't or can't do something. Let's see how we use them in sentences. You are required to pass the test before you drive. I am allowed to drive my dad's car. You aren't required to buy a ticket. The entrance is free. People aren't allowed to bring food into the museum. Be supposed to and be meant to are both similar in meaning to should or ought to. They show weak obligation. Let's see how they are used in these examples. People are supposed to or people are meant to stand behind the yellow line while waiting. It means it's a good idea to do this and people are expected to obey it. People aren't supposed to or people aren't meant to cross the yellow line while waiting. This is something they shouldn't do. If something is illegal, it means it is against the law. People mustn't or can't do it. And they show strong obligation. You know, there are some rules and laws in traffic. For example, it is illegal to drive if you are under 18. And it's against the law to drive over the speed limit. So you must obey these rules. Sometimes, instead of obligation or permission, we want to talk about things which are socially accepted or we want to give basic advice. We can use expressions like it is polite or impolite to do something, or it is best or best not to do something. They mean you should or shouldn't do something. They show weak obligation or advice. Think about public transport. Giving your seat to old people is considered a good behavior. We can say, it's polite to give your seat to old people on the bus. In this example, there is heavy snow, and to give advice, we can say, it's best not to go out today, the snow will get worse. This is the end of my presentation about models that show obligation and permission. Thanks for watching. If you want to do some practice, there is a link below the video for you. Enjoy your day!